this point, like I have said before, I find it to be utterly immoral this wireless company. You know, it is worth noting, by the way, that Joe Kent was one of the people who bumped heads with Kash Patel during the investigation into who killed Charlie Kirk, right? Kash Patel blocked any investigation into whether or not foreign actors could have been involved. Said, oh, is there evidence for that? Because that...
Yo. I didn't mean to go there. I meant to go to the home page.
That, because that would have shifted the investigation into Tulsi's office, which is where Joe Kent was working. He just blocked that, which makes entirely no sense, obviously. So he was always a good guy, I think, there, which is why it doesn't work out unless you are corrupt, unless you are part of the mafia, so to speak. Wanted to show you also, let's get to this Erica story because it's pretty incredible, which is amazing. So obviously, we have been unpacking everything that is happening right now with just the changes, the sea changes, the messaging that's coming out of Turning Point USA. None of it feels like it makes any sense. We're going, okay, that's the opposite of what Charlie believed. How are you getting here? Like, it feels like they are simply directing the ghost of Charlie Kirk. I think we can all agree that it's easier to control somebody, or maybe their mentality was, when they're dead. You can say, this is what he would have done, this is what Charlie Kirk would have said. Well, so despite the fact that Erica Kirk went down to Arkansas, what was it, Arkansas last week, a couple of weeks ago, she made that sheepish appearance next to Sarah Huckabee Sanders, and Sarah Huckabee Sanders was signing the proclamation on behalf of Club America, which is Turning Point USA's incursion into high schools, buyer beware. The Turning Point USA University of Arkansas chapter announced that it was actually going to disaffiliate from the national group altogether. And this is not a small deal. It's a very big deal. Take a listen to this brief local news segment, and then I'll explain a little more.
The Turning Point USA chapter at the University of Arkansas announcing it is rebranding and disaffiliating with the national group. The chapter's president said in a statement posted on social media, the executive board had become concerned with the direction of the national group. Says the chapter will now be rebranding to Young American Revival, focusing on advocating for Christian conservative values. Comes a week after Turning Point's CEO, Erica Kirk, paid a visit to Arkansas. Governor Sanders signed a proclamation endorsing TPUSA chapters in schools statewide.
So this is fantastic news. It's great news. But beyond that, you should know that this was a unanimous decision. Everyone on the board agreed that they wanted to move away from Turning Point USA. And the chapter president, his name is Dino Fontegrassi, he published a letter onto Instagram, which you should read in its entirety. I want you to know that he's been with Turning Point USA for more than 5 years.
How you doing?
So this matters. Okay?
How you doing today,
let's put
gang?
aside all the neocons who are trying to tell you how amazing and how this is definitely what Turning Point is. These are
Keeping
people
up what's
working at
going
Turning
on
Point.
in
These
the
are
world.
people
That's all I'm doing.
like the person who's working at Andrew Colbeck's office who's telling you something has changed here and something is not right. Stop gaslighting these kids, okay? And so Dino, I'm going to read you a portion of the letter because I think this is the most powerful portion of it. He writes, we have many grievances with Turning Point USA, which we will shortly make known to them in private, but I will share only one. We are generally put off by how Charlie Kirk has been used by Turning Point USA since his assassination. Statements like, quote, Charlie would have said, and, quote, Charlie would have wanted, have felt in many instances disingenuous and manipulative. Charlie Kirk cannot speak for himself anymore, and we do not recognize the way others have attempted to speak for him. Though the one thing I always took away from my interactions with Charlie was the importance of being your own man or woman. Sometimes that means making tough decisions just like this one. Okay, and like I said, Dino He's not just a person that just signed up and is causing drama. He's been there for 5 years, and incredibly, he would very much know. And I'm gonna guess it's going to be him understanding how Charlie was pulling away on the topic of Israel, because Dino Fontegrassi in July was a part of that sit down that Charlie did, where he discussed Israel and Gaza. He sort of just set up with a bunch of students and tried to get their opinion to show donors, like, you can't treat these kids like this. It's the direction, the direction of wind, it's just changing, right? And I want you to watch that clip of Charlie, and you're going to see Dino is responding to him. Take a listen.
How many of you guys think when a lawmaker, a man I respect like Ted Cruz, uses the Bible to justify aid to Israel, doesn't even know the verse, do you guys think that's like not the best way to approach this? Raise your hand.
I find prophecy as policy generally to be theologically problematic. I mean, there's plenty of things that the Bible says that have been done throughout parts of history that certainly a nation state doing today we would see as a bit of a problem. When it comes to sending these, what you said, $300 billion
just the inflation,
to any foreign country, all I can think about is across our own southern border, we have an actual military in the form of the cartel that kill thousands of people, and that's leaving out the hundreds of thousands of Americans that have died to drug overdoses due to drugs that have come across our southern border. And it's insulting that that money goes anywhere else, because we have such a huge problem here.
And so
It's not a
they
vape.
know. They
Raw
know how
papers.
Charlie felt. Actually, he
Raw
was also
papers.
on the
I'll
Charlie
smoke
Kirk show.
vapes.
I believe he was on it actually after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. So when he is coming forward and he is saying something is not right,
Is raw
they are
papers
pretending Charlie
or
wants something I
zigzag?
know that Charlie would not
Rather
want.
zigzag
Because
man said,
listen,
"What up?"
and I am just getting so tired of all of these frauds out there that are, like I said, gaslighting us. Just gaslighting us and telling us that Blake Neff now somehow holds the keys and knows what Charlie would have wanted. Mikey McCoy, this like kid who came out of nowhere, knows exactly, like, we were his best friends, so much so that we won't even help the public investigate what happened on that day. Things that in no way would transform the ongoing investigation. Answering basic questions would actually remove some of the rumor and innuendo. No one can explain to me why these tapes were removed, why there's so many lies. And the public can see this. And at this point, like I have said before, I find it to be utterly immoral for people to be pretending that everything that Erica is doing right now is normal, that it is moral, that it is righteous in any way, that it is excusable, that she has lied through her teeth, been caught so many times that it's some like stage of grieving that nobody's gone through. Like, you never hit the stage where you just pathologically lie about everything and you just like, hit the world tour and reverse everything that your husband said. And it sickens me especially because of how much I love my husband and thinking, God forbid, if anything ever like that happening, and me knowing who his enemies were, me knowing who put him through grief, knowing who stressed my husband out, and suddenly he dies, and like give it 3 days and they're like sitting in his studio opening Amfest. Like, there is something deranged happening here, and there's no amount of propaganda that is going to convince these students, these employees who are fired for even asking simple questions about, hey, why does this feel weird? Get out, we don't care. Work like dogs, worship Erica. This is now suddenly a monarchy. There is no amount of social engineering that is going to change this, okay? You are not, we are going to continue to stay on top of Erica Kirk. By the way, to let you guys know, the reason why we need to pause the series is because learning about, I'm in a deep research hole right now regarding that cult that Renee Crossman, who Erica partnered with over in Romania, was in the Family International. Think like the Charles Manson, like the Family International, and Child of God, Children of God is what it was called before that. And I have made contact with ex-family members, and it's getting really interesting in terms of me just wanting to learn a bit more about this cult. Like, they said that they had just said it plausible that Erica could have been raised in this, and they said there's certain things that they learn, and the saying "God bless you," and that's the whole child of God thing. It's like you are saying certain things, the Lord this, the Lord that, So I wanted to make sure, as I always do, that I'm doing a thorough examination and having these conversations, and I'm just making a lot of research right now because it feels like it was just a random area that I didn't expect, or I guess a random clue or hint that I didn't expect to stumble upon, and it gets even deeper than that. I didn't know that there was a connection between the family or that's how they rebranded, the Family International, and Epstein. So I always want to be thorough in research that I present. I don't want to make any mistakes. They wait for you to make a mistake, by the way. The frauds wait for a mistake to be made. They'll ignore all of the stuff that's out there that has been proven. I mean, we have done so much research. Our team has not made any mistakes. We have offered so much research, documentation, all this stuff. And then there's an account on X that shares audio of something that's not Erica, which we'd not share. And then they just all start, oh, see, investigation over. Somebody got something wrong, so nobody should be looking into Erica. It's like, that is just, I can't deal with that sort of obvious social manipulation. Like, why don't you respond to what I did? Why don't you respond to what I said? Why don't you go point from point? Why don't you sit down and debate me? If anybody would like to, with the platform, who makes videos about me, would like to actually sit down, or especially people at Turning Point, like I keep saying, and your best get is basically like an I'm with her campaign. Like, Hillary Clinton's a woman, so she, let's leave her alone. Who cares if there's like, some bodies? Who cares what happened in Haiti? That doesn't work with me. It doesn't work. I'm impervious to that. I am a woman, so the whole leave the women alone thing doesn't work on me. I know what women are capable of. I watched a lot of IDTV when I lived in New York, by the way. Like, I really know what women are capable of. That's real life. Shout out to everybody who watches IDTV. It's real life. Who the bleep am I married to?
I don't think I ever watched this.
You're not gonna emotionally condition me by calling things evil and immoral. I can't think of anything more evil and immoral than accepting the Fed slop that is being administered to the masses over what happened to Charlie Kirk. Nothing makes sense. You can't even debate what evidence we have regarding what happened to Charlie Kirk today. You have nothing. I know you have nothing because Erica has nothing. I sat down with her. Okay, I actually sat down with her and was like, oh, maybe they do have more evidence. They don't. So you're all a bunch of frauds. You're all a bunch of frauds, and you dishonor Charlie Kirk every day while you pretend that you're honoring him by putting a bubble around his widow, who is not acting like a widow at all. Okay? What is she supposed to do? Cry every... Yeah, actually. Yeah, I do. You know what? I would be okay with somebody who cried every day for a bit after their husband died. What kind of a question is that? Why are you gaslighting us like it's weird that we expect a widow to meaningfully want to stay home and crawl up and cry every day after they lose their husband? Again, it's like, we're the humans. They're like, well, what do you want her to do? Cry because her husband died? Sorry, I don't even have my hair in a bunch today. I was I just got fired up about that. I'm sorry. It does annoy me every time I just think about it in the context of just the amount of gaslighting that's happening, the obvious, oh, everyone, go, 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 yay, somebody got something wrong, it wasn't Candace. They literally were making videos wrapping me into what somebody else published. That had nothing to do with me. They don't want to respond to what I'm saying. They just want to keep saying it's immoral. Okay. I'll keep ignoring somebody who's got 13 adjacent sex trafficking scandals. Oh, no, it's fine that Erica's working with Harvest Church, and they're currently being sued for trafficking children from Romania. That's fine. Look the other way. Everybody grieves differently. These people are just disgusting. I said earlier, a friend was here, I said, Steph, did you ever think that we get to this point where, I thought we all agreed on the topic of pedophilia, sex trafficking, the kids. I thought that was okay, I hate you. Okay, I hate you because of this. Okay, LGBTQ stuff. Blah blah. Okay, we could argue. But then if it came down to it, if you were oh, kids are being harmed, everybody suits up and goes to war. Nobody looks the other way. And this year has been the year of really recognizing that people are so despicable that they would take money to look the other way. To pretend it's fine. It's a totally normal thing for someone to constantly be running adjacent to sex trafficking scandals in their life. It's not normal. You're not going to ever convince me that that is normal, okay? That is normal, that you would not find that to be problematic, to say, I am not going to partner with Harvest Church until I see an outcome, because this is another lawsuit pertaining to children being molested, harmed, trafficked from Romania? How could you be this connected to this random country in Eastern Europe? Like, the gaslighting. It's the gaslighting for me.
Alright,
It's
be on
just
fire.
they're all sickos. Everybody's a sicko. I'm gonna have to start a long, but I can't even look at the filth of people pretending like they have the moral high ground when these people could not be more beneath us. Like, we should be looking down to these people. Genuinely, I want you to know that. I wouldn't even spit in their direction. Like, they're so despicable to me. If you don't have the courage to stand up and ask questions at the very least about why she is so adjacent to so many sex trafficking scandals, you are useless to me. You don't deserve to have a platform, okay? Go away. Like, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with stuff with the kids, man. What are we, we're talking about the Epstein files? Yeah, Trump, we're still talking about the Epstein files. Like, why are you disgusting? Why are you so disgusting? What a disgusting question to ask. Kash Patel, no evidence of any sex trafficking. They're just, I can't. I honestly, man. The good news, the news is that, there's some rumors that Bibi might be dead. I don't know if it's true. It's news. Didn't say good news. I said it's news. Bit of a conspiracy theory going around. And, if you think about children being harmed, and the nation of Israel and everything that's happening.
Bibi dead, I ain't gonna lie.
How do you have a microphone
Bibi
in your
dead,
face
yeah,
at
go.
all and not say something about Gaza? Take it away. Take it away, especially men. Like, we don't need you talking. Like, go outside. Go do something useful. Chop a tree down or something. That'd be better than you taking a microphone and not defending children. How about that? That'd be better for me. Don't have a mic. Let the women do the talking. Let the women gossip and speak about things and worry about the kids. You go chop some wood, okay? I gotta get. I'm honestly I don't know what just happened, but I'm now seeing red, thinking about all of the men who are just on YouTube gaslighting us about everything that's happening at Turning Point USA. It's so disgusting, and it's the courage of people that work there that are coming out, they're telling you this stuff, they're saying these things, and they're just well, Turning Point has money. They got shmoney, so I'm gonna look the other way, just call things immoral and evil. You're immoral, you're evil, get out of my face. Anyways, the good, not good, the news is some people think Bibi Netanyahu might be dead. And it is not verified, but there's some weird videos going around. I'll very quickly take you through what happened. Basically, on March 10th, Bibi had a very verified visit. It was very Bibi Netanyahu. I obviously watch a lot of his stuff by nature of the fact that he is the president of the United States. And he visited the National Health Command Center. And I will show you that here. And there's the clip of him, if you guys have, of him with kind of sitting at the health center. I don't know if you guys have that. You can run that. And yeah, so anyways, he was there. Can you guys pull that up? Try to pull it in. Yeah, there he is. Perfect. And it's muted here, but you can see Bibi just looks worn and torn, and this is the Bibi I'm used to seeing. And then there was a rumor that at some point later that day, or on the 11th, the next day, that he got hit with an Iranian missile. Okay, that's not confirmed, but what then happened next is after that rumor floated, Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, Secretary of the Treasury, was in a meeting and got taken out of the meeting quite abruptly and taken to the Situation Room, which people thought was very strange. So I'm going to show you that because it was very weird.
I listened to you on the. Oh, okay. Okay. No problem at all. See you shortly, Mr. Secretary. You can work that in. Mr. Secretary, I have to say, it's a first, I'm sure, a loss as well, that an interviewee's been pulled away to go to the Situation Room.
Yeah, 2 hours.
How's the president? Was he stressed?
No, the president is in
That
great
sounded like he was
spirits.
in there crying.
The Iranian mission is proceeding well ahead of schedule, and I have to tell you, that teenage teenager who's considering
Smoking on that BB pack.
military service. And I could give this team my highest compliment from President Trump to the head of the Joint Chiefs to the Secretary of War. I would say that I would trust my child's life in their hands.
He lying too.
Very strange 2-hour situation room gets pulled in again. That's on the 12th. Then on the following day, on the 13th, something very strange happened. DCA, and both Ronald Reagan Airport and Dulles Airport, which is in DC, plus Baltimore Airport, which is the nearest, plus Richmond Airport, which would be also just outside of DC. All of them just got shut down. And they said, because there was a strong odor coming from the Potomac River. What? It was shut down for about 2 hours, 20 minutes. And then when they came back, they said that there was a circuit board that overheated. They didn't say where that circuit board overheated, but that was the reason they shut down 4 airports around the White House. No, that's obviously a lie. Something happened. To me, it's like they were trying to get somebody in or get somebody out, and they didn't want anybody else in the air. That's my opinion.
I don't know what you're talking about, Gary.
Then people were going, I really think BB's dead. I think he's dead.
I ain't gonna lie
then
to you.
came Fingergate, essentially, on the 14th. They then posted this video, and I'm referring to Israel, posted a video, Prime Minister's official account, and it just feels AI, is what I would say. It feels AI. Look at his forehead. He's like totally cleared face now. It's supposed to be like live. It's not. People thought that they saw 6 fingers. Some people dispute that. They think it's just a fat pocket. We can definitely say is he's smoothed out. And what's also notable is that despite being there, allegedly, he missed the Security Council meeting, which is purportedly highly unusual that he would miss that meeting. They sent somebody else in his place. I think Israel Katz ran it. Then somebody noted that his son, Yair Netanyahu, who normally tweets or retweets about 30 times a day, like he's constantly retweeting, he went completely radio silent for 7 days. 7 days. Which was definitively atypical. You can go and look up his pattern of tweeting. Very strange. Then finally, like, Bibi Netanyahu 2 days ago, on March 15th, posts a video, and it is highly produced, like using HD cameras, a boom mic. They've got a film crew that's being used. I mean, look at this. It's crazy. Now he looks younger than me. He's now, he went from Benjamin Netanyahu to Benjamin Button. Okay? He's going backwards. And time to soak up. I've never seen anything like this. You're in the middle of war. People are in bunkers. You're supposed to be in Jerusalem. But he's doing this to prove he's alive. He gets this, like, coffee shop thing going on. And it's just weird. I mean, the reality is it's just very weird. You don't have to work this hard to prove you're alive. And then they drop this video, which you're seeing. It's in Hebrew. And he's, like, making a joke about having 5 fingers. But it's giving Joe Biden going to get ice cream. Again, strange in the context of, hey, you're in the middle of a war and you're getting coffee, and this is how you're trying to prove that you're alive. The whole thing is very strange. And I started thinking, I don't know if I think he's dead, if I think he's injured, maybe. I thought maybe he's injured there and they're using these HD, highly produced cameras because they're making his face. I don't know. I don't know what to think, but I know that that's not normal behavior for Bibi. Like I said, when we showed you that first thing, he's just sitting down. That's how he normally is, like riffing on the side. There's no glam going on. But I don't know. It's very strange. And I should mention that he also then no-showed the military council meeting today, a critical military council meeting. And they said that he has never missed that ever. So that happened today. I obviously can't confirm if he's ever missed it because I'm not exactly keeping up with his day-to-day schedule. I don't have a BB tracker. But what we can confirm is that despite missing that meeting today, he did show up to post another bizarre, hyper-produced video of him and Mike Huckabee joking about him being alive again. Like, it's very strange of showing you this video. Here it goes.
Mr. Prime Minister, I wanted you to know the President asked me to come and make sure you were okay.
Yes, Mike. Yes, I'm alive.
I checked that, and I'm happy to see that, but he wanted to make sure because, you know, you guys get along too well.
I know, and we shake hands with officers each hand. You know, but I have to tell you, I'm alive.
but I have this card. And yeah, don't read it. So it's a punch card. Today I erased 2 names on the punch cards. And you see how many more to go on this batch.
You know what the good news is? My name is not on the punch card.
Your name is on the list of the good guys.
Thank you.
And what the president and the U.S. forces are doing is incredible. We're very proud to stand shoulder to shoulder with them. Getting rid of these lunatics who like to develop nuclear weapons and means to deliver them to every American city after wiping out Israel. They ain't gonna do that. We're wiping them out.
Thank you, Mr. Prime Minister. Good to see you.
That shit fake as hell, boy.
They ain't gonna do that. Like I don't say ain't.
That shit fake as hell.
That's a unique dialect, regional. Ain't gonna do that. I don't know why these hyper-produced videos feel very strange to me.
Regional.
You know, you don't really have to prove your life. Just be
Regional,
alive.
crazy.
You know, just be alive. Just go to a press conference that we used to do. So that's where this is going. This is kind of all of this is going on. Skylar said they're like posting more content now. Where'd you say he was, Skylar? Like at the Air Force Base today, greeting people. I think that's happening while we're live on the show. But I wanted to give you guys a little background on where those rumors are coming from. Okay, yeah. People think that they've killed Bibi or that Bibi was killed and that they're using stunt doubles and AI and they're now doing a lot to show that he is alive. So there's the background of that, guys. We will be right back after a brief break.
Operatives on them.
So yeah,
Most of these
it's just,
streamers walk around with security.
isn't that crazy? There's so many people walking around with security. It's crazy. I mean, listen, they go around situations where, you know, or say things, or they're concerned they're gonna get robbed. I mean, there's a lot of things to be concerned about.
I don't know. I think they're concerned they're gonna get slapped.
That's true too, but
Well,
I
a
mean,
famous rap group that represents New York hip hop, but neither member is from New York, once made a song about that.
which rappers group is this?
You know,
Oh, Gangsta. Yeah, Suckers Need Bodyguards.
I knew you'd get it. You're a hip hop
Yeah,
savant.
yeah, because Premier's from Houston.
Yo, Premier is a true Houstonian, and Guru's father was a minister in Boston. Legitimately the most New York rap group of all time. Neither member,
However,
New York,
no, but
moved to Brooklyn.
they got their check mark from New York
Yes, for sure.
for the work that they did.
Obviously, they contribute.
You didn't, and you're upset about it.
Yeah, I didn't get the.
But from some,
I did.
yeah,
Some I
it's
did.
just not unanimous. It's like,
Is that it?
Oh, where'd you go? Talk about
we went to, where did we go? Like Budokan.
it. Ooh.
I've been there, and man, it feels like a decade.
I know.
Big, you weren't enthusiastic in the lead up to it.
Right, like I wasn't like, yo, I gotta do something crazy for my 50th. I actually, for my birthday, I often end up thinking, this is awesome. And
Mark, are technically toys. One of them.
Okay. All right, you guys heard it in its totality. Now I'll go back and I'll give proper reaction.
Commenting on it, and the thing I got irritated about, you know me, was just that the narrative. Two things. I didn't see what you said or what he was referring to, but there was a conversation about Ebro blames firing on Drake. I was like,
What?
I don't need to hear what that is to know that's not true. I don't have to watch that to know that's not true.
Yeah.
And then Academics gives the real reason on the firing, which is that our ratings were pure trash, and then that just gets me angry. The outright line.
wow, but that's not true either.
I know. The outright.
Put me in, coach. I got to drop 83 on these bum ass niggas. E-Bum and Rosenbluth.
Okay.
I'm gonna give y'all another lesson. This one was probably overdue. Show up to class on time, right? I want to quickly read my tweets. You just heard what you said. I said, y'all trying to act like maybe Drake got him fired. I said, Ebro's trying to act like he got him fired. Why? Because you essentially chimed in on something about Drake running smear campaigns. Something that, how would that have anything to do with you? Now, the only thing we know about you is that you lost your job. It's neither here nor there. But I want to make it very abundantly clear and start attacking points
with actual facts. Let me just play this one more time.
About Ebro blames firing. I don't see reason on the firing, which is that our ratings were pure trash, and then that just gets me angry. The outright line.
Wow, but that's not true either.
I know. The outright just being like, I'm just going to just make something up. And
no, that's true. E-Bum and Rosendweep. I want you guys to come forward to the front of the class. I want you guys to stand in the corner. I'm going to give you a fucking lesson about me. It's sad because both of y'all are about like 120 years combined. But it's all good. I'm going to still give the lesson because maybe if you don't learn, because you guys seem like you guys have some mental disability or, you know, mental handicapness, or maybe you're just like consciously stupid. If you haven't realized where the media game is when you're talking about ratings, you guys having ratings on terrestrial radio does not matter. Why? People have stopped putting on the radio in their cars. It's like people have started cord cutting and they're not watching TV on cable. Everything is digital now. The places you guys act like you were big and bad and above. Let me give you an example, and this is why you're out of touch. And by the way, I know Ebro's not that stupid because you ran to Apple, not to another radio station. You ran to Apple, a digital outlet, when it comes to media and music. You're doing a radio show that you need a phone to listen to. Not the old antiquated way of listening to it in the car. You need an app. When I say you guys' ratings are trash, I want you guys to look over there at your competitor. I'm not your competitor when you guys are on, or were on Hot 97. Look at your competitor. Their name is Power 105. They're owned by iHeartMedia. Well, let me give you a little bit about iHeartMedia. If you thought your ratings were that good, just like I'm pretty sure if you ask any radio person, oh, our ratings are good. Why the fuck did iHeartMedia just do $1 billion deal with Netflix? They care about digital revenue because that's where everyone's going. That's where the audience is. That's where the kids are. So you tell me about your ratings. I'm going to look at you digital. Don't tell me that, oh, no. What you don't understand is that those airwaves, Hot 97, WBFM or whatever it is, that's the call sign. It's owned by the fucking federal government. It's not even owned by MS Communication, who used to be the old owner. And the new owner, it's not owned by you. It's leased. So you talk about ratings, remember you need to catch up, but you guys seem too old and too slow to catch up. So I'm going to catch you up and catch the audience up. These companies that own these radio stations, they look at themselves not just a radio station, because here's the thing, and this is why you got fired. Any schlub could be put in your position and get about the same audience. Why? People listen to the radio not for y'all, but because out of necessity, if they still listen to the radio. So they didn't need to pay y'all over. Y'all weren't talent. If they're going to listen to Hot 97 during their commute to work, they're going to listen to Hot 97. They're not going to listen for Ebro. There's no significance there. Even, and I'll talk about this other bum who's up there now, Miro. I'm pretty sure his ratings ain't that bad for what people listen to in the car, because if people have a habit of turning on Hot 97, they will. Let me tell you why you got fired. You got fired because iHeart was working on $1 billion deal for Charlamagne the God. Charlamagne the God and the Breakfast Club was doing 50 million views a month on YouTube. Digitally, they saw that streaming. And this is why y'all got fired. Why do I have to tell you this? You got fired from a radio station because even radio stations care about streaming. Dummy. It's a reason why iHeart said to Charlamagne and the Breakfast Club, we're gonna license y'all to Netflix for streaming. We see the 50 million a month. Views, every clip going crazy. Bring those people to Netflix. $1 billion play. When you guys were on Hot 97, there was no deal that could be available like that. You think these billionaires don't talk to each other? Hey, what y'all got going over at iHeart? Oh, we about to bring the Breakfast Club and killing on YouTube and killing it in streaming. We're about to bring them to a streaming platform that streams movies, but we're going to be the only radio show / podcast over there. What? we're gonna do it. Do you think Hot 97 was ever considered to go to Netflix? While you might keep saying the culture shit, you realize the person who owns the Breakfast, well, the person who owns Hot 97 Morning Show, they want to make more money. They wanted to make more money. So essentially, you guys did get canceled for ratings. I know you want to make up some other reason like, oh, it's your political beliefs. No, it's not. Because if you guys were absolutely smashing it, doing Joe Rogan numbers on YouTube and in the streaming world and ranked number one among, repurposed audio podcasts and your show is just number one, you would not get fired. You guys got fired because this is where media is. And listen up to all the fucking old fucks at all these radio stations. Your radio station don't think you're valuable because they think at this point, whoever is going to keep playing the radio is going to keep playing their station. They're looking for new revenue, which comes through streaming. Here's the sad reality about it. When you put Rosendweeb and E-Bum on something, no one watches it. No one. By the way, I'm not even, they think I got some personal gripe or personal axe to grind. I'm saying the same thing about this other loser. Hey, you see, everybody was dick riding because he's friends with half of these bum ass niggas in media in the industry. Oh, it's so good that Miro got the job for Hot 97. Let me show you Hot 97 views. They're abysmal. He's gonna get fired too. They put out a show and 1,000 people watch. Traplo Ross suns their entire channel. Just look at their videos. 4 hours and 258 views. Just look at all this. They spent 12 minutes talking about Angela Simmons and got 860 views. I want to put this in perspective. The company is actually mapping this out. You couldn't get 1,000 views, my nigga? So your content made us $2? $1.99? 54 cents? Yes, you're going to get fired, buddy. They probably guaranteed you a year. But you're going to get fired too. I seen he was talking slick about me. I see he ain't come back. Hot 97, this is not the 80s, 90s, or even early 2000s. They're not hiring y'all to get radio ratings up. At this point, if you like listening to Hot 97, you're going to listen to Hot 97. If you like listening to Power 5, you're going to listen to Power 5. They're thinking about streaming, dummy. And look at these views. Just look at them. He puts out, the bum-ass nigga named Miro puts out a show every day. 500 views. 400 views. By the way, Ebro, Rosendweeb, y'all views were like that too. That's why you got let go. He's gonna get let go. I'm telling you, it's not personal. It's strictly business. Let me tell you this, man, because I've been there and see, y'all niggas don't take accountability. When me and Joe was on that motherfucking thing, me and Joe knew, hey, we're adding my audience, the chat niggas, we're adding it to the JBP game. Yo, we need to be throwing up 300 daily. Facts. 300. After Joe left, my job was to at least throw up 100. Hey, Wayno's new, he ain't got fully, he's getting his feet under him. Act. This is your show, you gotta carry. Throw up 100. These boys is doing 300 views. When I say 100, I'm talking about 100,000. These boys are doing 300 views, 500 views. This is real. The boy bought Juvenile. Matter of fact, look at this. And this is why I said, yo, all them niggas, they all end up falling. Juvenile, let me see, Juvenile. Look, give me a second. Juvenile went up there. Nobody even knew that the nigga did an interview? Nobody knew. Because Miro is irrelevant. E-Bum is irrelevant. Rosen Dweeb is super irrelevant. And what happens here, I get Juvenile's PR people hit me up like, yo, Ak, you want to do it now? No, I'm good. You know, I'm good. I could just talk about myself. I'm straight. I don't even need to interview you. Because when y'all keep going to these platforms first, y'all gonna learn a lesson. I'm good. You went to Hot 97 and you got 5,000 views. Good job. That's nothing against Juvenile particularly. But what I'm trying to tell y'all is that radio stations and the entities that own them want to go into streaming. So when you hear a bum like Ebro and Rosendweeb, Rosendweeb, just to let you know, buddy, just to let you know, you got fired from that job at Hot 97. You know where your other job is? At WWE. You know what WWE did? They signed a deal with Netflix too. They're streaming their content. They signed a deal with a streamer. So when you guys talk about ratings, I'm talking about could you pull a crowd digitally? Streaming. That's where the game is. Your new employer is all about streaming. You're just not the main guy there. Who gives a fuck? People gonna watch WWE regardless. But when y'all say, oh, ratings were good, stop lying to the people and stop lying to yourselves. Media has transformed into a streaming empire where now if you could have a great show on radio, but if it doesn't stream, most of these places saying, we put 40 years of investments in this radio station anyway. We just need somebody to stream. So that's why you got fired. Those low views, 600 views, 723 views. You got fired for that, brother. I'm sorry. You noticed that y'all got fired while Charlamagne got a raise, right? Do y'all realize y'all got fired while Charlamagne got a raise? Y'all are in the same industry. We're using the same metrics. We're not doing much more. Y'all got fired. Charlamagne got a raise. Why? Charlamagne digitally appealed to the next frontier of radio, which is streaming. Y'all digitally do not appeal to nobody but the unemployment line. And that's why you're standing there. So you tell me what I lied about. If you think people are thinking about radio ratings, no. They're thinking about, like, people don't even listen to radio no more.
And say it and people believe someone.
But I wonder why he picked. Yeah, oh, I know why. Because I saw something where he was saying that he doesn't believe something about something Pusha liked or something. I forgot.
It was about
evidence. It was about I need evidence, and I was like, this guy's talking about evidence, and then he went on to just make up lies that he doesn't have evidence to support.
Yo, that's a great point. He needs evidence, but literally he just randomly will say, "Nah, they have terrible ratings." Never seen a rating.
But that's why I was like,
I want to clarify again. If y'all keep thinking ratings are FM ratings, which is measured by Nielsen Now Luminate, I want to let you know this is why you're failing. When I say ratings, I say you guys can't get nobody to fuck with you. And we're in a digital streaming era. And y'all looking goofy.
like, yo, this guy needs evidence?
That's a great call. So yeah, then he used that. But he'd been going off for a while saying different things.